Casually early to this thing, like always.
What's up, man?
What's up? Dressed up to the occasion. I love the dedication to this. Mags is on the yacht. There we go. There we go.
What's going on, guys?
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to do my best to stay super organized tonight. So given this is our first one, you'll have to help me out a little bit. You see something that I missed because I'm on a laptop and I don't have my gigantic screens tonight. So we'll try to keep it fun and quick, and I need an assistant commissioner next time. I like the yacht though. Tucker Hagedorn representing his Jaguars is great. I like
Ready
it.
to rock and roll, buddy.
Right? I like it a lot. Some controversy going to be coming early in the draft, maybe. I've heard rumors.
Maybe. Yeah.
Adam Schefter reported there'd be some controversy early in the draft. The Jag, second thoughts.
I don't know. Talk to Urban. I think we know a pretty good direction what we're going to do here. So
That's good. That's good. Are you trades? Are you guys taking calls? Or did you Dave Gettleman this thing and just turn the phones off?
I'll take trades for my second pick.
There you go. Phone lines are open in Jacksonville. And I know everybody's asking like about streaming this. We'll do it next time. Scheduling this the day after I got home from Mobile was not my brightest decision. So when I have a little more time to work that out, we'll do it next time.
Yo, my camera is all sorts of messed up. I might have to just go faceless for this.
That's fine, man. No worries. We get it. You're ugly. We understand.
Yeah, that's also problematic.
I mean, my camera's on, so you don't have a fucking excuse. So I guess I should watch my language since this is being posted later. Just get that first one out of the way.
Where's it being posted?
YouTube. So you got to watch your language too.
Yeah, I should.
Everybody needs, I mean, click that exclusive content tab. It's fine. Explicit content. That's what I meant. All right. For those of you who are in the Discord, I'm going to be honest, I will not be checking that much tonight. So if something happens, throw it in the chat here or let me know. I just want to know why the Bengals GM's the only one with a tux on or a suit on. Cheapest franchise in the NFL. Their GM dresses up for this thing. Come on.
I brought a yacht, man.
That's true.
And I even got a little Bengals
Wow.
pocket square.
The dedication's amazing. Got the helmet in the background. Like seriously, you should win an award for this because this is good. Everybody else doing virtual and you're like, I just set up a war room. This is great.
Okay, so at first I thought I was next to you because you had somehow figured out how to put this whole thing in order, but
I'm not that smart. Nope.
I know you know.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
No way. All right, we got about 4 minutes until you're officially on the clock. Super sophisticated clock here that I will definitely forget to use at some point over the next 32 picks. I know not everyone's in here yet, but ideally, if you have a trade when you're on the clock, if you could just say like, hey, either put it, I don't know, whatever you guys want to do. You can just say, hey, I have a trade with this team. That team's GM can confirm it. That'd be great. Or you can send me a message. I'll do my best to check those too.
That was the craziest thing you saw at Mobile this time.
Craziest thing on the field or off the field?
Both.
So it was actually not like the nightlife was not very crazy in Mobile. Everybody was really smart. The craziest thing I saw was actually when we were leaving Saturday, we were like walking to go from like where we had parked back to our car and walking by a bar that probably had like 500 people in line. So we were driving to go to dinner, and there was a bar with, I swear to God, 500 people in line. No one was wearing a mask. And it was like, I mean, it was like a flashback to a year ago, right? I mean, and like what your stance is with wearing masks and socially distancing, that's your guys' opinion. But like, I mean, literally 500 people like waiting to get into it. It looked like a concert, maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen anything like that in over a year, so it was really crazy to me. On the field, I mean, like Quinn Miners just dominated from like day snap one, and so that was fun to watch. Kay Johnson had a catch that was as good as probably any I've ever seen down there. So it's usually the wide receivers and DBs where you get that like the oohs and the ahs a little bit, but having a smaller crowd this year really changed that because you don't have all the media people there, and the way the new stadium is set up, the media and agents were opposite all the NFL teams. It's not normally like that. It's usually just a free for all. So, and the NFL teams were largely up in the press box and in the suites. So you didn't get like as many crowd reactions. So that part kind of sucked.
So I heard on a different podcast that, you know, a lot of people I know like Matt Rule, but the opinion on this podcast was that his practices were kind of like scattershot, like kind of a mess.
I wouldn't say that because I've been at some bad practices down there, right? Bad ones. I thought there were times where they might have spent too much on like special teams, but you also like, you understand that they are trying to like coach a game as well. So I didn't get too upset about that. But I mean, when you go down there for 12 years, you see some really bad coaches. Also, Gus Bradley ran the best Senior Bowl practice I've ever seen, and he was arguably the worst coach that's ever been down there. So, you know, sorry, no offense to your Jaguars, but you know, so it's like I try not to put too much emphasis into that. I know last year people got really mad because we said John Gruden's practices weren't good. It's like they were boring and all they did was special teams, and people like Raider fans took offense to that, like we were slighting his ability as a head coach in some way.
What about the Ian Book hype I've been hearing?
I didn't see that. I really didn't. I thought Thursday he had a better day, but I really didn't see it. I didn't think he had that good of a week. Like, especially compared to like Mac Jones had a very good week, not being a homer. Sam Ellinger got better throughout the week. And I thought even like day one, Sam didn't look terrible. You can tell he was really trying to learn how to do some things that he hadn't been asked to do before, but I didn't see it with the Ian Book hype. Not at all.
What about Richie Grant? You think he sneaks into the first now?
I would be surprised by that, but man, he's going to push up. He is. He had a good week. He and Aaron Robinson both. Like those UCF guys were all over the place. So that was good to see because I like Richie. He's a good player.
Yeah. I know Rule said that was like his favorite player. He
that's
basically
always
said
what
he'd
you
love to
wanna hear.
coach him.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, it is 7:00. How many people we have? 42 people. Hopefully we have everyone in here who needs to be in here. So let's just start this then. I'm big on punctuality. So thank you for everyone who was early. And if you guys see, like I said, I'm not going to be in the Discord channel. So if y'all see that somebody's like, yeah, I can't get in, let me know because we are limited to like the first 100 people. So there shouldn't be 100 people who have the link. That's the other side of things. So we should be straight there. But let's get going. The first ever the Draft Scout mock draft. Appreciate you guys who signed up early. We're able to get into this. Y'all are awesome. So let's just do this. The Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock. Tucker Hagedorn, take it away.
Yeah, well, not going to be much drama. We are going to take Trevor Lawrence, franchise quarterback. I will say, I think he's easily the best player in the draft. Definitely the best. If I was a Jags fan, I'd be fired up. I think the term generational gets thrown around a little too loosely with him, but I don't know. I think he's really good, and definitely Jags need a fresh start. And the best prospect in the draft happens to be a quarterback, so it works out. So that's the pick.
All right, there it is. Pick one, and that is Trevor Lawrence. So just to restart the clock here, the New York Jets are on the clock. And so let me say real quick, Jets are on the clock, but before we jump into that, good pick, Jaguars, because right? This is the best quarterback prospect I've ever seen. And we all have established that I'm old, been doing this a long time. And he's it. And so I saw someone tweet today, I wish I could remember who, but it was like, watching Trevor Lawrence's film might be pointless at this point, and it really might be. We know who he is. Kid's a stud. So great pick. And now the Jets have the biggest decision maybe of the entire night. So take it away, New York Jets.
Sure. So we're ready. With the second pick of the 2021 NFL draft, we select offensive tackle Penei Sewell out of
Oh.
Oregon. A
Oh,
lot of people were expecting us to take a quarterback, but in my personal opinion, I think Zach Wilson and Justin Fields are a bit of a reach at this point. We tried trading down, but I couldn't get anything of value. I really like Robert Saleh and Mike LaFleur. I'm really excited about their offense. His last month of his rookie year, Sam Darnold played under Jeremy Bates, which was a similar style of offense. He had the highest QBR of any quarterback in the entire league. And I'm willing to roll the dice and give him one more chance. I really like Mekhi Becton out of last year. Our offensive line is terrible. We were the fourth worst offensive line in the entire league. I want to put Sewell at the right tackle. I expect to sign Joe Thuney at guard in free agency, and I want to turn the offensive line into a strength.
Bro, I
love
offered you Jacob Eason for pick 2. What do you mean?
it. Right?
He was
I
right
love it.
there, man.
That's all right. You can
I
have
will
it.
say, so we'll put the Miami Dolphins on the clock, but I will say, John, like this wouldn't shock me in late April if this happens, man. It really wouldn't. I know the Cincinnati Bengals GM is not happy right now, but that's okay. That's
know.
what makes this so much fun, man. And I know that like everyone wants to talk about Zach Wilson and Justin Fields right now, but like you said, you have to evaluate who you have, and you have to evaluate the value of this pick. If you, like you said, could try to trade down, what it makes this pick worth, or the fact that Penei Sewell is a hell of a tackle. So I like it.
Our offensive line has been terrible, and I just think he's a really good talent. And I believe in Sam Darnold. I know a lot of Jets Twitter doesn't, and they hate him, but Adam Gase is I was a season ticket holder. He was a terrible coach, and I just want to see what he does under Mike LaFleur.
It's all right, John. Jets Twitter hates me too right now. It's all right, buddy. It's okay. We can be there together, you and I.
Yeah. All right.
There we go. All right, the Miami Dolphins on the clock. John, don't go far. You're gonna be up again before too long. So
Yep.
Dolphins, you're on the clock. I can't wait to see what spirals out of this now. This is great.
I just want to let it be known that the Colts delegation is trying to move up every single pick. So if you're interested in trading back, let me know.
All right, there we go. Trading up for Mac Jones, guaranteed.
All right, sorry, I was a little
So-
late to the party.
You're good.
So I'm assuming the first 2 picks were Trevor and then Sewell.
You are correct. Yes, sir.
All right, so then I think we got to trade down with the Panthers that we sent you earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
all right,
Panthers,
so-
the Panthers are sending 1 this year, 1 next year, a 2 in 23, 2 in 2023, and a 4 in 2023 to move up to 3.
all right. Give me that one more time, guys.
So this year's 1, next year's 1, a 2023 2, and a 2023 4.
All right.
And we're going to take Zach Wilson. So the Panthers did not expect Zach Wilson to be available at number 3, assumed to be gone at 2, but heard through the grapevine that he would. So we aggressively pushed up in an effort to get who we think fits perfectly in Joe Brady's offense. He does incredible and quick hitch throws. Joe Brady really wants to move out of empty. You saw that with Teddy Bridgewater, but Teddy has not got a quick enough release, does not get aggressive downfield. With DJ Moore, gives us a chance to re-sign Curtis Samuel because we can backload the contract with a rookie quarterback deal after we get rid of Teddy next year. Allows us to keep Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel, DJ Moore, and Christian McCaffrey together with a quarterback we think kind of has a little bit of Baker Mayfield in him, ability to operate out of structure, has a strong arm, and has proven that he can do it with very little talent around him at BYU. And so we're super excited to finally give Joe Brady his shiny new toy to see exactly what he can do and actually implement the offense he had at LSU when he had a more mobile, aggressive quarterback like Joe Burrow.
I love it. This is going crazy, which is what I wanted and expected. Zach Wilson for Joe Brady is my dream fit. Like I get asked that a lot doing radio across the country. Be like, who's your dream fit for Joe Brady? And I'd be like, Zach Wilson. Somebody asked for the comp again. It's the Panthers sent pick number 8 overall, a 2022 first, 2023 2,
Yep.
is that correct? And a 2023 4, I believe. So there's your comp. So 2 first, a 2 and a 4 to move up 4 spots. So there we go. All right. Well, we will hear from Miami a lot tonight. So Atlanta Falcons, you are on the clock now.
All right. Well, after considering multiple trade downs, including with the Panthers, who apparently didn't want to trade up with us,
That division,
we
man. Can't trade in division.
Well, give it a shot. The Atlanta Falcons select Trey Lance, quarterback, North Dakota State.
All right. Wow. Justin Fields falling down the board. There we go. You guys know I love Trey Lance. I've been talking him up for like a year. I'm a huge fan of his. It's really unfortunate we didn't get to see him play this year outside of that one Central Arkansas game, which I don't even know if you can count that. So I do like this a lot. You're starting over with a new head coach, a new general manager. Julio's probably gone, so go get a young, exciting quarterback. So I absolutely love that. So all right, we're moving right along here. Mike Sowers, the Cincinnati Bengals. You are on the clock, buddy.
Where's
All right,
the selection, Mr. Flowers?
My 7-year-old stepdaughter helped me with this. So
You're welcome.
thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Wow, crazy draft so far. Yeah, we're not necessarily heartbroken that Sewell's gone, but we figured that this is probably going to happen. So we're definitely prepared to take Jamar Chase and put him back with Joe Burrow, and just see that hopefully that offense from 2019 and the LSU championship team just gets to build. So I was trying to wheel and deal everybody, trade up, trade back. This shit was fun, man. So thank you for putting this on, but hopefully Chase is the guy that can help Burrow be the player we think he is.
Oh man, hopefully you can sign a left tackle in free agency.
I know.
If it goes this way. Fingers crossed for Dylan Radins in round 2. So this is what makes it fun. One person F's up your pick. You should get some kind of points for having the 7-year-old stepdaughter deliver the pick though, and the suit and everything else. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, Eagles are on the clock, and Jamar Chase is. Devontae Smith is still there. Jalen Waddle still there. All the defenders are still there. So we'll see what Eagle. I don't know our Eagles GM well enough to know what kind of, if he's a Wentz truther or a Hurts truther
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. I was
hate everybody. Yeah,
there's not too much to be excited about on the Eagles right now. I wanted Jamar Chase. He just went, so I'm gonna go with Devontae Smith. Not too much you have to say about that pick. Hopefully this is a better pick than Howie Roseman usually pulls out. So maybe we'll get a Pro Bowler this time.
I don't think you can do any worse. No offense to Howie, but I don't know that you can do any worse, Joe. Yeah. All right, man. Things are going super fast tonight, and the Detroit Lions, Jared Goff at quarterback on the clock. We'll see. You should trade Jared Goff to the Colts. I know their GM wants a quarterback, so we'll see what happens here. All right.
We're going to trade for John Warford and start him instead.
There you go.
Trying to do my best John Dorsey, impression, pull over the, mountain. Sure, we're trading the pick with the Washington football team for the 19th pick this year, their 3rd round pick this year, and their 1st round pick next year.
The Lions are all about those trades. All right.
The opposite of the Rams. We're just trying to collect all the 1st round picks.
I like it. If you don't like the players, might as well move down. So no shame in that. So Washington goes up to 7, and Detroit slides back to 19. And I guess next year we do the member mock draft. You guys have an extra one for next year. We need to like dynasty style this shit and keep track. So Washington, got to think this is Justin Fields, right? Has to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't get cute, Seth. Just it's just
the
best quarterback.
Yeah.
All right, Justin. What do you like about him?
He's really good at quarterback. And Washington has no guys that are good at quarterback.
I like it. I'm gonna start writing that in my mock draft. Be like, he's really good at quarterback.
I mean,
they don't
he looked
have
good
any...
against. Looked really good against Clemson. Just really tough. I think it'll be good. Scott Turner.
I like it. I mean, yeah, and gotta get one somewhere. And at 19, probably not gonna be one on the board. All right,
Yep.
The Miami Dolphins, after that trade back from 3, are on the clock. Miami, welcome back.
I think this couldn't have worked out better for us. I mean, at 3, I was looking at either Chase or Smith, but I think down at 8 with Jalen Waddle still on the board, I think we're going to go ahead and send it in. He can do pretty much everything on the offense. He's going to stretch the field for you. He's going to, play some slot. He's, you're going to be able to draw some good plays for him, and then we still have Parker and Williams on the two sides. So I think with Gesicki and all them, I'm going to give Tua some targets.
Now I do have to ask Jason, did you make any calls to try to get Deshaun Watson?
He emailed me earlier today, but I was talking with the Jets GM, and after hearing what he wanted for him, I honestly barely even emailed back.
It was that bad? Was it 5 first-round picks?
Yeah, it was like
top
5
10.
first-round picks, some second-rounders, and then he wanted like a Q as the firstborn child or some shit.
Yeah, well, it's Deshaun Watson. I get it.
I have to be letting known too, as the Jets, I dealt with him a lot too. If I was in the Dolphins situation or more of a win now team, I might have been more prone to do that. But as we know, the Jets roster, it has so many holes. And considering Watson doesn't even want to show up to the team, I can't justify giving up more than 3 or 4 first-round picks for a guy like that, as good as he is.
The Texans GM might
if
be.
it wasn't a 1-round mock draft, I would have been a lot more, inclined to try and trade out. But for this exercise, I think.
Are you allowed to trade more than 3 years out? I thought there was a limit on the amount of years out you can even trade first rounders.
I think
Did
that
the
is
Rams
still a
get
rule off
traded
the top of
others?
my head. Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know if that's still in effect or not, but I mean, if not, the Rams are probably going to trade, their 2035 first rounder at some point. It's like fucking college football matchups. Like when my son's going to Mizzou, I'll know who is playing. So I understand Texas.
If you can trade more than 3 years out, we're open. My first round pick's ready to go. So.
All right, so we've got 8 picks in. The Denver Broncos are on the clock, 9 overall, and I'm keeping a spreadsheet of this if anybody wants it, and also in the chat on the side. And I'll post these to Twitter as well. So, all right, Broncos, you're up.
So for the Broncos here, we have a young offensive group. We've got Fant and all of those receivers from last year's draft, along with Cortland Sutton coming back, Philip Lindsay, Melvin Gordon. Locke's young, so you think about something there with Locke maybe. But there's not been a defensive guy selected, so you got to go defense here. The question is, you got to go Parsons, you got to go Farley or Surtain. And I think for the Broncos, their biggest need right now is going to be that corner position, whether they re-sign Bouye or not. We got to keep Simmons around. So I think we're going to take Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech.
Oh, wow. I like Farley a lot.
I like him over Surtain. I like his size a little bit more. I think, size against a couple of those guys in the division. Like I said, you got to re-sign Bouye. You got to put him more on the one-on-one side. You get a guy that can go play against guys like Mike Williams and those taller receivers on the opposite side. And while I think Parsons would have been a great pick, you got to find a way to re-sign Von Miller. And if he can come back anywhere close to where he was, he just won an MVP not 5 years ago, right? In a Super Bowl. So you have him and Chubb. Hopefully they come back healthy and you get another corner to bolster that secondary.
Yeah, no. Did you guys think at all about quarterback here? Obviously, the big 4 are off the board. Did y'all try to move up? Did you try to get in on the Watson insanity?
So, obviously it's always in the thought, with it being a 1-round mock, it's kind of hard to do anything too crazy. I like the bright spots with Locke. I think he's had a different coordinator every year for the past whatever years it is now. I don't love Fangio and his decisions more than anything. His decisions in game have been questionable the last 2 years. I think he's lost more fourth quarter leads than any other coach the last couple of years. I think the last 2 years. So you put that into perspective, and I think Locke was with another year with those same guys getting a rhythm, give him a chance, and kind of, like I said, get your defense healthy to put him in better situations and just kind of see where it goes.
All right, the infamous Dallas Cowboys from the yacht on the clock at 10 overall. I think this will be interesting because Rashawn Slater's available, Patrick Surtain's available, Micah Parsons is available, Andrew Magnuson, one of my dear friends from the Stick to Football days. I know he said earlier he was going on a beer run, so hopefully he's made it back. Mags, are you out there? Oh,
yes, I am here.
I thought you were going to go Minnesota Vikings and get the clock rolled on you. For a second.
No,
oh,
absolutely not. Anyway, so we've entertained offers from a couple people, and I decided to call up my old buddy Barnes in Indy instead of taking my guy Surtain. So Barnes, why don't you step in and announce your pick?
Well, how is everybody doing tonight? So first off, we overpaid. We are sending this year's first round pick, next year's first round pick, and Julian Blackmon to move up from 21 to 10. But we had to get in front of the San Francisco 49ers. So Matt, is that trade allowed?
I'm good with that. 2 first and a good corner to move up. I'll
He's a
allow that
safety,
one.
sir.
Safety, safety.
We'll sign Malik Hooker and we'll fix his injuries forever and we'll be fine.
I've already typed your pick in, Barnes.
Not
Already
even
typed
worried
it.
about it. Yeah. I'm just about to drop in the chat a jersey swap of Mac Jones and a Colts jersey because that's QB1 now. So lock and load as the proclaimed alpha of the Senior Bowl by Matt Rule. I'm going to take a quarterback that is an insanely accurate passer to match in with all the weapons that the Colts have and Jonathan Taylor and a great offensive line. And I tell you what, I think Mac Jones is going to be a great quarterback in Indianapolis.
No surprise that I have had Dan Barnes tweeting me for like 2 months about his love for Mac Jones. And you did have to get in front of San Francisco, maybe in front of New England as well. So
I probably
understand pulling
text
the
you
trigger.
once a month trying to get you to like pump some Mac Jones to Indy love.
Yeah, you might want me to stop so people don't get in front of him. That's how this industry works. So, okay, we're through 10 picks though, guys, and some good players on the board. Patrick Surtain being a big one, Micah Parsons being another. Otherwise, kind of a little bit of chalk even with the trades. But the New York Giants are officially on the clock. We'll see what Dave Gettleman does here.
Oh, please! Now you already made fun of me because you call me Dave Gettleman.
Yeah, right.
Offered you a trade. Check the chat before you make your.
Oh, we've got a trade has been offered here, so check the chat. He says.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. So honestly, I was first, Matt. Best of luck with the site.
Thank you.
And also, as a Rutgers fan, I also have to say best of luck with Kyle Flood as your offensive coordinator.
Yeah, but we just hired Vince Young. It's gonna be okay. We just hired Vince Young.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to the task at hand. Would have loved to have gotten a receiver, but they seem to go off the board quickly. Daniel Jones definitely needs some help, but if there's something to help return the Giants to glory, it is bolstering a pass rush. And with that, the New York Giants are drafting with the 11th pick, Gregory Rousseau, defensive end, Miami. Really just like the kid's upside, the size, the production, even though he still has a lot of room to grow. So really excited to have him up in East Rutherford.
I'm a little surprised you didn't go Kyle Pitts here. I'm a little surprised he's still on the board. Not gonna lie.
I have nightmares still about Evan Ingram and everything else.
Also understand that.
I didn't want to take on I'm a Bavaro guy, so we need someone who could block for tight end. So
Gregory Rousseau, opt-out player, but 19 and a half tackles for a loss last year? Something crazy
Yeah.
like that. So good player for sure. I think his stock will shoot back up as soon as we get to some pro days. All right, at 12, my beloved yet hated San Francisco 49ers. Who wants to break my heart today?
I got you right here, Matt. So let me start off by telling you, Colt, you did not have to move ahead of us to get that quarterback. You had no worries there at all. Obviously, Stafford would have been amazing here, but my worst case scenario, top pick, top need, really, is shockingly still on the board. Had these crazy thoughts since we're stuck with Jimmy G. Do I give him a crazy weapon like Pitts? Since you can't throw the ball down the field, the more weapons, the better. But I got to go with Surtain.
There we go.
We need
I'd already
quarterback.
typed the pick in, hoping you would do this. It was like, my guy Ross won't let me down. It's going to be Surtain. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You know.
I do want to know the Russ. Did you guys make calls trying to get a quarterback or trying to move up?
I talked to the Jets a bit. Sounds like kind of everyone talked to the Jets. He was very active. He wanted this pick pretty bad as well. But the price to move up to 2 was, Bosa was involved. So that was a quick no there. So
12 to 2 is expensive.
Talked to the
Doesn't
Lions.
hurt that. It doesn't hurt
a
to
couple
ask.
days ago, but things happened before today, so kind of eliminated that one. Happy with the corner though. I don't know. Hopefully we don't have another Mike Rumph on our hand, but I think we'll be all right.
Oh, look, right when you make a good pick, you got to kick me right in the balls with a Mike Rumph mention.
I have that jersey, so
Wait, I'm confused, Matt. I see you post a lot about the Chiefs as well and the 49ers. So what's up with the fandom here?
Yeah, no, that's a fair question. It's funny because I live so close to Kansas City that all my friends are Chiefs fans. My girlfriend's a Chiefs fan. Both my children are Chiefs fans. And I can't get out to San Francisco every other week or every week to go to tailgates. So if the Chiefs are playing anyone but the Niners, I'll rock a Chiefs hoodie and tailgate with like the baddest fan base in the NFL because I like to drink beer and I like barbecue. And they've been super welcoming to me, even though they know I'm a Niners fan. But I can tell you last year in South Beach, I guess this is my website. I can say whatever I want. Last year in South Beach, I was motherfucking my friends until about midway through the third quarter when I just quietly sat down and paid the tab and apologized for being cocky. So I'm a Niners fan. Well, I joke around a lot with Chiefs players that I'm eventually going to cross over and become a Chiefs fan because I hate John Lynch so much, but I haven't done it just yet. I'm waiting for one particular Chiefs fan or Chiefs player to like welcome me in, and then I might pull the trigger.
Hey, Matt, are you trying to say Santa Clara doesn't have amazing barbecue?
Right. The Santa Clara environment. The only game I've ever been to out there was the Super Bowl, which maybe like jaded my perception of it. Not good. And somebody asked the origins of the Lynch beef in the chat. So I'll answer this real quick. I didn't really have a problem with him until he started making decisions. I just don't trust his vision for the team. I mean, Joe Williams in the third round, CJ Beathard in the third round. 2017, you don't draft a quarterback. Instead, you take Solomon Thomas and Reuben Foster. And like whatever you thought about Mahomes and Watson, like you needed a quarterback. If nothing else, trade back and get more picks, drafted Jamal Adams, something like that. So, and then I'm pretty vocal about the fact that I don't think he's good at his job. And I think we follow each other on Twitter. So that's kind of what started the beef. It's probably more one-sided than I think, but it's okay. All right. Let's keep the train moving though. With pick number 13, let me get back to my tab. The LA Chargers on the clock.
All right.
Let's do this.
I tell you, I don't know how popular this is going to be, but I think he's a top 3 player in the draft. Once you kind of take quarterbacks off the board, we're going with Kyle Pitts. I mean,
got to do it.
He's tremendous, and Slater's sitting there, and I think he's awesome as well. But I think Pitts is the talent you just can't deny.
Pitts is the tits. You can say it.
Yeah, Pitts is the tits.
You guys have your T-shirts ready to go, right? Get some merch made. I don't hate this pick at all. You need weapons. Hunter Henry's a free agent. Mike Williams is a free agent too, right? So
yeah.
Or no,
Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's getting older. I mean, I love it. I can't believe he failed, honestly.
Yeah, you didn't really have a bad pick here. It was either Slater or Pitts, I would imagine. Yeah, good place to be in. Texans GM, check your chat. Is what I've been told to pass a message on to you. All right, let's keep going here. The Minnesota Vikings on the clock at 14. I think if you told the Vikings that like Rashawn Slater, Micah Parsons, every edge but Gregory Rousseau is available at this point, like that's a really, really good place to be right now.
Board's looking nice for the Vikings, honestly. So I didn't expect Kwity Paye or like Rashawn Slater to be here. So I had a couple of trades lined up, so I'm happy. That's how it's kind of lined up. I know the Vikings have a busy day with the Kirk Cousins rumors to the 49ers.
Don't do it. Please don't do it.
No. I'm not going that route. I think obviously the two big needs are on the line on both offense and defense. Riley Reif is probably gonna get cut because I think that saves about $9 million in cap for next year. Ezra Cleveland might play guard. He might play left tackle, but we can get another guy who can also play tackle or guard, and that's going to be Rashawn Slater. And DJ's been hyping him up for all the last few months now. And even though he missed a year, I mean, so did Penei Sewell. I think he's going to be really productive on our team. And I mean, we can put him at guard, we can put him at tackle, we can put him anywhere on the line. And I think he'll help out Kirk or Garoppolo or whoever the hell is, quarterbacking our team.
You and I can just send each other beer money when that trade goes through, man. Well, let me tell you though, outside of Trevor Lawrence, this is my favorite pick so far tonight. Absolutely love this to just play the board. You didn't panic, and a player who I have a top 6 grade on Rashawn Slater, and I don't think he and Sewell are that different at all. And he fell to you at 14, so that is a great pick.
I was
Absolute
trying to
great pick.
see if I can get move up to 9 to get Slater. So I mean, I'm just happy I just got to sit down and take him at 14 without getting anything.
Absolutely. This is a hell of a pick. Hell of a pick. So, all right, 15, the New England Patriots. Is there going to be a dog making this pick? That's what I need to know. No? There we go.
Sorry.
No, you're good, Connor.
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. What's it going to be for the Patriots?
I have a trade offer. Sorry, I'm just trying to line it up.
You're good.
I'll send you the same thing I offered earlier.
Hey, Connor, who's your
So-
trade with? Yeah, there you go.
It's with the Jacksonville Jaguars,
Okay.
and I'm just making sure he says yes because I don't want to force this in. And he
Man,
says no. Yep.
we're in.
Cool.
We're in.
All right,
Sweet.
there it is.
Go ahead and send it in then.
Okay, Jacksonville is sending picks number 25 and 33 to New England for their selection number 15.
All right. And what's your pick there?
Well, I don't even know if this has been confirmed, but I think Joe Cullen is going to be the new D coordinator. I think Urban's working on lining out the details with Joe Cullen. He's coming from Baltimore. Runs the 3-4. At least that's what Baltimore has. Multiple fronts. So a guy that I think is a top 5 player in the draft is available. So I've been trying to get up with the last 3 picks to get him. And he's still here. And they really going to come help in the middle of our defense. We've got Miles Jack. We're going to take Micah Parsons. And he's going to be the anchor of our defense along with Josh Allen. So we've got a bunch of picks. We got another second round pick in this draft anyway. So to get a difference maker, we had to, we took Trevor obviously with the first pick, and I'm talking like a future Pro Bowler difference maker. It's more than worth it. So
Absolutely. That is a hell of a pick. You put Micah Parsons next to Miles Jack, and with Josh Allen and Caleb on Chase on, looks pretty damn good. I like that trade a lot for both you guys because New England needs picks. So I like that one. All right, 16, the Arizona Cardinals are on the clock. We'll see here. Is it going to be wide receiver to help out Kyler? Defense, because Pat Pete is getting old. So Cardinals GM, you're on the clock, bud.
Yep. Hey, Matt. Those are all great questions. I think the board didn't fall super great for the Cardinals. Obviously, going was tough. I feel like that's what we were kind of targeting if he fell. Our offensive line talent. I feel like the Cardinals are close to competing because of Kyler. I think we'll solve the wide receiver cornerback issues in free agency or with trade. So we're going to go defense here. And I might pronounce his first name wrong. Davion Nixon, defensive tackle.
My guy.
We had good edge rushers. Even when Chandler Jones went down, we still got consistent pressure, but our push up the middle has been terrible. Struggled against the run, especially when you face the Niners and the Rams twice a year. I think he'll just help that front seven tremendously, let Isaiah Simmons make plays, and hopefully we'll figure out the corner position later.
I like it. And I really thought like you might go JC Horn here because you need size corner. This is kind of where he probably starts getting talked about coming off the board a little bit. But I don't know where other people are at on Davion Nixon, but I love his play. And I do think this is a big need for you guys in the middle of that defense. Hopefully you can bring Hassan Reddick back. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we can use a tag or we can just bring back my boy Dennis Gardeck and just for some reason he gets a shit ton of sacks. So
there we go. Yeah, that's a heck of a defense. Riley's got a question. Riley, hop in. What's your question, bud?
Hey, so question for you is, you said so far, like through the first 15 picks, you're like, it's gone pretty chalk. It feels like there's like 25 guys that are like top 15 guys. So,
yes.
I mean, you've talked about Kwity Paye and a bunch of these other guys, so how does that fall out on actual draft night where there is, 25 guys that can go top 15? I know in this mock, it's kind of going how you thought, but like I said, Parsons just fell to wherever he just fell to in the mid-teens, and all these top 10 guys are kind of falling. But it feels like there's a bunch of these guys that are like, you can take them at 5, but you can also take them all the way back here at 15 to 17.
Yeah, so Riley, that's a good question. As I was redoing the mock draft that comes out on the 11th, thanks to the Rams and Lions, there are always players that I'm like, how the hell is he still on the board? And, you try to match up what you've heard, what you think will happen. There are always players where I'm like, there's no way he should be available at this point. I think there's just that happens every year. Last year was Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb. Last year was CeeDee Lamb. I'm like screaming, like, why is this guy still on the board? There's no way he should still be here. So it does happen every year. I think that's what makes the draft kind of cool, is that we all get to sit at home or on set and wonder out loud why a guy is still available, you know? And so I think this is just like when you see the way that different people prioritize different positions and value different players, you get some of that real time, you know, aspect of it where guys fall. And that's how the draft works. It's even like last year. The last year was the most predictable draft ever, and Damon Arnett's still at 19th. You know, so there's always an unpredictability factor of it as well.
Got it.
And you got Howie Roseman taking Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That one will be
Somebody
talked
asked,
in the annals history.
somebody asked about the hat. If you go in the Discord, I actually put the link in there today in like the perks channel. So I just got this in when I got home today, but it actually turned out really, really well. So these are the hats that you'll get if you did the founding member thing. You'll get one of these. So if not, you can buy one. I don't really make any money on them. They're just so you guys can have some cool stuff. So, and then like once we get more people, I'll raise the price and we'll all get rich. That's how that will work. Except for they can all watch this on YouTube and know our secret now. So that sucks. All right, 17, the Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock.
Man, so your comments about Damon Arnett, a little hurtful.
I
It
apologize.
also makes me a little upset about potentially taking Sean Wade here at 17, but I'm not going to do that. You know, I was looking at it and we got down to, you know, the Vikings went where they went, and I'm like, Micah Parsons is still on the board, and Nixon's still on the board. I'm like, I'm feeling really damn good about this right now. And then they both went off back to back, so putting me in a little bit of a scramble. But I think even though we addressed it through free agency last year, linebacker's a big spot of need for us. I am not going to pretend like I know how to pronounce this guy's name, but Jeremiah Azusu Karamoa, which is probably way off, linebacker at Notre Dame, is who we are taking at 17.
You were so close, buddy. Owusu Koromoa.
Okay, all right.
So close. And just what everybody there calls him, JOK. They know what you're talking about. There you go.
Hopefully he's JOK for our defense.
Right. A big need. You're right. The middle of the field, any Chiefs fan will tell you, and Chargers fans now, like the middle of the field for the Raiders has been open for a while. And they've tried to solve it with guys like Carl Joseph, and they've tried to solve it in free agency, and it just hasn't worked. So I'm on board with that pick. That's a really good value for him as well. I think the Dolphins are on the clock again, unless they've traded again. But I think the Dolphins are on the clock. At least on my board, they are.
Yeah, I think I'm up. I just was looking at an offer real quick, but I think I'm going to pass on it. And I was actually considering this guy at 8 after the trade down. So I'm going to go with Kwity Paye. I think that he's him on the other side of Emmanuel Ogbah is going to be good. And I think he's going to play that Trey Flowers role for us, where he can kind of set the edge and also clop the pocket and doesn't rush too far up the field. He kind of stays close. So I think that's going to be better for those interior guys. And they like to do their linebacker blitzes up the middle. So I think that's going to help them out.
So Miami walks out of the first round with Jalen Waddle, Kwity Paye, a 2022 first, a 2023 second, a 2023 fourth. So y'all are doing work tonight. That's a lot. That's a lot for the first round, right? I like it. All right, the Lions after the trade back. And by the way, I like Kwity Paye. He's my top ranked edge in this class. I know he's not for everyone, you know, being like his size, and they ask him to play all over that D line. That's what Michigan does, but I really do like that pick. That's a good one. All right, Detroit's back on the clock here.
Gonna need a sec to.
You have 3 minutes. You're good. No one's used their 3 minutes. Hey, Jason, Dolphins GM, I have a random off the wall question for you. How comfortable is that chair? How comfortable is that chair? I just ordered one just like it.
I actually just got it a couple weeks ago. It's not bad. It's not really what I was looking for, but it does the job. I'm an accountant, so I'm sitting up my chair all day, so I had to throw out some money for it, but it's not bad. It's worth it.
I'm also sitting all day. Yeah, hop in there.
You're just sending the chat to me privately.
Oh, son of a gun. How did that happen, Will? What are we doing, buddy? There we go. My bad. Well, you and I have had fun tonight talking.
No, it was just the past 2 picks, so you're good.
Okay. I must have bumped something. All right. Well, it was nice to talk to you. Everybody's gonna be like, what the fuck was he saying in there? Like, what were they talking about?
It was collusion, obviously.
Right. It's the Saints and the commissioner, so it was nothing good,
I
guaranteed.
think we're ready for our pick.
All right, Detroit, what do you
So-
got?
Are the two people we wanted were taken, back to back right in front of us. So hurts a bit. But defensive tackles in need. I think the best defensive tackle in the class is available. So we're taking Christian Barmore, University of Alabama at pick 19. Thought about at 7, maybe taking a receiver. I think there's a lot of depth in this draft. So top second will probably be going there. Maybe the linebacker, just retool a pretty depleted defense. So
Yeah, no, you guys need it. And I like Barmore. I think the more I talk to people around the NFL, I think his value is a little inflated from the media right now versus teams. But I think some of that is people just don't quite know what he is yet. And there's always gonna be that Alabama stigma instead of, I do think once folks get caught up to watching him, it might change. People are asking who went 17 and 18. 17 was Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah to the Raiders, and 18 was Kwity Paye to the Dolphins. I'll type that in here to everyone, not just to Will. So give me 1 second because I can't type. Apparently,
I've been posting all the picks in the Discord.
you are the man. That is very appreciated, especially because it's probably like 3 a.m. where you are right now. So
Yeah, it's 1:30. I went to sleep and then woke up so that I could dial in.
it's a trooper. All right, the Bears are on the clock. Pick 20. What do you guys got? No quarterbacks, I don't think. This is Kyle Trask.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is too early for Kyle Trask. And I would agree with those people, which is why I'm not going to make that pick. So I think we got to be looking at wide receiver. We got to be looking at offensive line. The Chicago Bears have been playing great defense and terrible offense for 100 years. So we need to invest in that side of the ball. I didn't see the picks getting posted, and I was working the trades a little bit, so I hope this guy's still on the board. We're gonna take Christian Darrisaw. We're pretty happy to see him on the board at 20. That's you got to run to the podium with that type of talent. He is offensive tackle 3, and we don't know what we're gonna do at quarter. I have no idea what we're doing at quarterback next year. I could see Ryan Pace trading up into the top 10. I could see them going after someone in free agency, but if we're gonna sit at 20, we're gonna make those picks to invest around the quarterback, feed that offensive line, build that wide receiver core for whoever our quarterback in the future is. So it's going to be Christian Darrisaw at 20.
And what's crazy about Darrisaw is I've seen him go as high as 14, or I've had him go as high as 14 before, where it's like, man, the Vikings might just go with a left tackle. And he's so athletic. I think his ceiling's through the roof. So it's a good pick.
Yeah, we were trying to get up. To get him in the middle, in between 10 and 20. So we didn't get up, but we're happy to see him there at 20. So.
All right. 21. This is Dallas, right? Dallas is on the clock.
Hey guys, Dallas is in. We had a lot of talk about this. We first we thought about, originally we moved back from 10 to 21. We were like, JOK is going to be there for sure. Oh, that's okay. If he's not there, maybe Darrisaw will probably be there. Or if he's not there, Barmore's going to be there. So, it's definitely been a fun run. So that being said, I know Matt's probably going to shit on this pick, but JC Horn is our pick at 21. I think going into this draft, if you're telling me, we get to pair JC Horn with Trayvon Diggs, have a future first, and Julian Blackmon, I think that's a damn good haul. Physical corner. We need, we got a lot of softies on that Dallas defense. So finally getting, a true, a guy that's just gonna come in and I don't know if we're allowed to say this, but link up. That's what we need in our secondary, a big physical corner. So JC Horn's.
I'm not gonna hate on this pick, Mags. I like it. JC is long, physical, like you said. Match him up with Trayvon Diggs. You've got two very big, fast corners out on the edge, and I think JC stock is only gonna rise once people get through the film and we see the pro day numbers. But I am a big fan of his. All right, let me get all these messages cleared out here, guys. Excuse me 1 second. And let's see. Let's put somebody on the clock here. Sorry, guys. I got a lot
Tennessee.
going on the screen. Tennessee. There we go. The fighting Mike Vrabels. Most of the edge rushers are on the board. Or you could go Elijah Vera Tucker and cut Isaiah Wilson. So what's it going to be? Titans.
Currently we're looking at a trade real quick.
I'm wearing a KU hat in here, man. Come on. Come on, man.
Yeah. Just to confirm, Browns, you're passing on it. You're not going to accept it anymore. I don't know who the Browns GM is.
Yeah, we're passing.
Okay.
The intrigue of being on the clock under pressure is great.
Yeah. So I think what me and my alternates have kind of discussed, edge and D-line has been a major priority. And especially with Clowney not working out because he just can't stay healthy no matter how much talent he's got. So I think we're going to try to replace him here with your guy from UT, Joseph Asai. I think his ceiling may not be as high as either the Miami guys, but I think that he allows us to be a little bit more multiple, kind of like what Vrabel likes to do. He can drop into coverage. I've seen some good things there. So I'm going to go with Asai there.
No, Jason, he feels like a Vrabel guy because that, again, versatility, playing basically weak side linebacker until this past year where they asked him to play jack and rush off the edge. I agree with exactly what you said. I think with Osai, his athletic ceiling might not be as big, but I think his positional upside is because of just that 1 year of experience. And I didn't see a guy in the Big 12 try harder on defense this year. And that might sound like a negative, but like the effort is absolutely there from him. So even though you're wearing a KU hat, I love you. And that was a good pick.
And it's definitely an upgrade over Wilson and his attitude this year. So
no joke. Get some leaders in there. All right, 23, the Jets, I think are going to use this pick. We'll see. Jets, you using this pick?
We are going to use this pick. I got nervous when you were talking about pass rushers. I thought the Titans were going to take this guy, but luckily they didn't. I'm going to take Jalen Phillips, defensive end out of Miami. He had a pretty dominant year for Miami. He had some medical issues, but I think if those medical flags check out, he has the talent to be a top 10 pick. He was a transfer from UCLA, and us Jets fans, as we know, we haven't really had a pure pass rusher since Jonathan Abraham. So I want to finally try to put some talent on there, and I'm going with Jalen Phillips.
I like it. Yeah, and we did our mock draft Monday this morning on our podcast, Two Guys Are Growing a Pod, and we had this run on edges as well. And it's like, oh man, this is going to happen. You can just start to see it, like the way it's playing out, that there's going to be a run on edge rushers at about this part of the draft. So it's funny that you guys are mirroring what we saw happen. 24, the Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock. Najee Harris is still available. Najee.
As much as I'd love for the Steelers to get Najee Harris and be their new Jerome Bettis, I guess, in a way, with definitely more skill, and big on Twitter, I've asked a lot of different super fans, and everybody's like, oh, we got to get a running back. We don't have to get a running back. We don't need to get a Rashad Penny. We're taking Elijah Vera Tucker. He can play everywhere on the line. And if Marquise Pouncey's gone, he can also play center. He can play left tackle after Villanueva walks in the offseason, or he can start at guard if we lose Matt Filer.
I like this, Justin. I like the ballsiness to be like, everybody wants Najee. They think he's Franco Harris, but we're going to fix the offensive line. This is a very Kevin Colbert type pick. And then you'll just get Michael Carter or Javonte Williams in the second round, and everybody will be happy. I like that.
Carter.
I don't know if my guy Mello's watching this or not. I know he was in and out. He all summer was telling me like this USC guy. And I was like, man, he's kind of short. I don't know. Sure enough, this USC guy's pretty damn good. All right, 25, the Patriots back on the clock after that trade down from 15 with the Jags. It's the Patriots. You are up.
Yeah. So I just wanted to announce that before we made a trade with the Panthers this morning, and that was to trade Teddy Bridgewater for a second and a fourth. That way we did not have to address quarterback in the first round, so I will not be taking Kyle Trask here. However, my guy is on the board, and that is Kadarius Toney out of Florida. He's got great speed, he's great after the catch, he runs quick routes, he gets open, and that is exactly what the Patriots need.
Anyone who follows me on Twitter or listens to me anywhere knows how much I love this player. So I respect the pick, and I put in my notes that you guys traded for Teddy. So Connor's just trying to get an A+ grade from me because you got Teddy Bridgewater and Kadarius Toney. So respect that. Teacher's pet over here. No, I like it. I like it. I'm a huge Kadarius Toney guy, and what he did in Mobile just solidified that for me. He had a great week down there, just so smooth, and there's so much burst to his game. And I think we can all agree, let's just make sure he doesn't go to Kansas City, because none of us will ever have a chance to win a Super Bowl again. So thank you for the block there, Connor. You're doing the Lord's work. How crazy is it to say the Cleveland Browns are on the clock at 26 and they haven't traded back? I can't even get used to that. Every time I get to this point right in a mock draft, I'm like, what the fuck? But here we are. The Browns are on the clock at 26.
Yeah, I'm just going to need a quick minute real quick, just talking with some guys, and then I'll be ready in a hot second.
You got your 3 minutes, bud. So take all the time you need, up to 3 minutes. So how do our Pittsburgh GM, how did it feel watching Cleveland beat you in the postseason? How was that?
I mean, we've done the same thing for 10 years.
Right.
There's no change in effort.
Right. That's absolutely amazing. So, and I don't know if you guys saw, the Chiefs GM was like, we were taking Tony at 32. So seriously, Connor, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's fantastic. So love to see that.
He's
So,
a great player. I had a high grade on him than guys like Fields and Lance. I think at the Senior Bowl he showed he's not far behind those top 3 receivers, honestly.
I agree. And like Justin Jefferson, if he gets in the right spot with a good quarterback early on, and you paired him with somebody who's excellent at throwing those underneath routes, and Teddy. So I don't know if you guys can hear my dog and cat fighting beside me. This is great. This is the content you only get in a Zoom call. So that's how tonight's going at my house. Zach, how you guys feeling?
Yeah, no, I think we're ready. I just want to say this board fell the complete wrong way for the Browns, I would say. I don't think anybody is too thrilled with what's on the table here. Had a few offers to move back, to move up. Even tried to make a trade for a Saints cornerback. Didn't happen though. But was actually really interested in Tony that was just taken. I think that might be a little bit of a shock, but if you look at the Browns roster, the one thing that they're missing on offense was a speed guy. And I think Tony would be in serious consideration there. One, to bring that speed, but also financially to alleviate some cap space in that wide receiver room for down the line. So that was a little interesting. The pick here is going to be best player available on the defensive side, and that's Zaven Collins, though. So going to go Collins there. Again, not too thrilled with that. I don't necessarily think this will be the pick on draft day with our front office, but I think he's a versatile guy that can bring a lot to the defense and can line him up a few different spots and bring some much needed talent to that side of the ball.
Zach, I listed him at edge. Would you guys play him at edge or linebacker in this role, you think? Or
Yeah,
both?
I would probably say edge, honestly. I think the defense is mostly going to be a two linebackers with Taki and Mack or Jacob Phillips. So I just don't. They just haven't shown that they're going to invest in an off-ball linebacker. So, I know that you had Bolton in the mock, and I see a couple other guys that have had Bolton, as well as there was another guy, I can't remember the name.
Jabril Cox, maybe.
Yep. Yeah. So, I think those guys, athletic freaks would bring speed. I just don't see in everybody that's in the war room with me, we just don't see the front office making an investment with an off-ball linebacker. Just hasn't been there. So until we're proven otherwise, we'll see how it goes.
Okay. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. I do want to tell you guys, I'm getting absolutely roasted on Twitter because I'm posting a screenshot, like a graphic of these picks, and people are ripping me like, this is why you'll never be a GM. I'm like, I'm not making the picks. I'm not making the picks, guys. I'm just hanging out right here, just typing in the picks. I'm moderating. So one of you made a pick so bad, I will never be an NFL general manager. So thank you for that, I guess.
That
I think
last comment is funny, Matt. That one you just tweeted.
yeah, that was the one,
Yeah.
it's like, come on, y'all. Like,
Good day, sir.
right. And it's like, it clearly says member mock draft. Okay. Oh, well, that's gotta love them. So let's go 27. Baltimore Ravens are on the clock. I'm anxious to see that run on receivers. Probably not getting any help for Lamar Jackson here. And we all know something's got to change there. So, all right, Ravens GM, who you got?
Yeah, so I was looking at the board and I didn't like the Steelers or Patriots pick because honestly, those two is what I was going after. I don't know if you guys watched the Bills playoff game. Our offensive line didn't do too well in the interior, especially. And with Ronnie Stanley coming back next year should be better. But Orlando Brown on Twitter said he's a left tackle and not a right. So I'm considering that that might be a replacement spot. So, maybe Dylan Radins is looking good here, but like Matt said, we need a receiver real bad. But the good ones are not the good ones, but the elite ones are all gone. So there's a couple good options here. I could essentially get Hollywood's clone, another short, injury-prone, fast guy in Rondale Moore. But part of me also really wants to get Najee Harris and just put him in this offense just to make the NFL just not respect or not be able to defend our run. But honestly, I think I'm just going to take Rashad Bateman here. Just
okay. There you go. Double
need a-
down on a big receiver.
Yeah, we need a possession guy, somebody who can go over the middle and kind of take the edge off because sometimes our offense gets too simple, and I feel like he's the guy that can help us out.
Yeah, and you were getting pressured in the chat. Take Bateman. I don't know if you saw that. People like, take
I
Bateman.
was thinking about him. I was also thinking about Landon Dickerson. I feel like maybe he would have been a good pick, and plus, with our track record of taking Alabama players, it would have felt. And Ojari from Georgia would have been okay because we don't really have a difference maker on defense, but we need to take advantage of Lamar while we can.
Oh man, yeah, you got to do something. So
Might get the actual good wide receiver from Minnesota.
yeah, and I do like Bateman. I think a lot of folks like, oh, you don't like Bateman. I do. I have like a 50 grade on him. But if you have to reach for a wide receiver in this class, I would do it because I don't think this class is as good as last year's. So there we go. Okay, 29 overall. So we're at 28. Excuse me, New Orleans Saints. Wouldn't want to skip you, Will, because we've had all those conversations. So. All right. I think Will just decided to leave. So
No, I'm here.
if you have a second, there he is.
I'm here. I'm using my 3 minutes.
Do it.
Just tried
This has
to
flown by.
pull off the trade of the century for Deshaun Watson. Did not work.
Give you all of our
Should
picks
have.
ever. So
It was Ricky Williams-esque.
It would only put you 150 million over the cap.
Well, I traded 2 bad contracts. I traded 3 first-round picks, so we wouldn't have had to use first-round money. So whatever.
Yeah.
Will, as the Bucks GM, I'd rather you not trade for Deshaun Watson. Please and thank you. just don't do it, man.
Well, he said no. He said in real life he would take it, but not here. So I was confused as to that.
And Jimmy G is available for that deal.
Yeah, I don't believe that we're interested in Garoppolo at this time. So we're going to take Jabril Cox, linebacker.
My guy.
I think the Saints should have shored up their defensive middle. I mean, Demario Davis is getting older. Their picks on linebackers have been a lot of whiffs lately. I think he's already a hometown boy in Louisiana. LSU people basically walk on water. He'd walk right into the Saints and be worshipped. And he would fill a need that, with the cap situation looking the way it is, Demario Davis is going to be a luxury that they're not going to be able to afford in the near future. And with the situation at quarterback and Mac Jones going all the way at 10, we're not reaching on Kyle Trask because, let's face it, LSU made him look terrible, and Oklahoma made him look terrible. So, pick Jabril Cox.
I like it. And I have no complaints here. He is a big, fast coverage linebacker, and those are hard to find. So I absolutely love that for you guys. It is, outside of quarterback, it's the biggest need, and you're not getting a quarterback here. So Makes perfect sense to me. All right. Pick 29, the Green Bay Packers. Let's see them not take a receiver. Can't wait.
Yeah. Actually, I'm waiting for a little bit of information, but I don't believe I'm taking a wide receiver right now. Really, I think what we need in terms of what LaFleur is looking for is he wants, like, he picked up Tavon Austin later in the year, and he's looking for that guy, that like Deebo Samuel type. And I think there's other guys other than Moore that we can get later in the draft and save that for what we need most. And I think if you saw the Tampa Bay game, I think it's corner. So based off of what I'm seeing, I think we're just going to go ahead and we're going to go Asante Samuel Jr., cornerback, Florida State. He's got a lot of good movement. He can recover really well if he's losing, if he's off coverage. I think he's really similar to Alexander too. So I think with King and how poorly he played in that game, and I don't think we're bringing him back this upcoming year. And with Pettin leaving, that means less zone coverage. I'm hoping more man because Alexander plays better man. And then, I think Samuel can be a better guy. Jackson's a zone guy, so we're probably not going to put him in that second cornerback slot. So I think Samuel's a pick here. I did get an offer from Seattle to trade down that I would have taken had we been able to pick further down the road, because it was a high second, I think 34 and 87 for 29. Totally would have taken that in a different scenario, just because we've got 4th, 5th, and 6th round compensation picks too. So I was thinking trade down. I was trying to trade with Kansas City down to 32, get that last pick, keep that 5th year option, and then use like a 4th round pick to play around, moving up in the 2nd and 3rd rounds to get who we really want. Like say like a good wide receiver, or in a DN to fill in that slot next to Kenny Clark. But for right now, with the scenario that we got to go with, I'm going to take Samuel and just not worry about cornerback right off the bat, and then worry about wide receivers. There's tons of them, and worry about filling those D-line, inside linebacker, lineman spots, because that definitely could be done later on in the draft, I think.
Yeah, a true Packers fan. Like, we'll wait on wide receiver. We'll be fine. We'll get a receiver later. So
It's
5 went off the
it's one
board,
of those
so I
things where
get it.
like second wide receivers are more valuable to a team, I think, than the guys in the 1st round. Like a guy like Tony, like there's still some question marks there. Like unless you get a guy like Ridley, who like should have been top 10, 15, CeeDee Lamb being a perfect example. If you see that drop, cool, take that guy. But later in the rounds, I think you're always kind of reaching for a wide receiver, when I think there's so many slot guys nowadays that we definitely, and that's the position we really need, is a slot to kind of take the heat off of Adams. So.
No, I agree. Yeah. And if you're not getting a receiver here who's a difference maker, then punt, look at the next best position. So, and you tried to trade down, you did all the things that you were supposed to do. So, all right, 3 more picks, 30, the Buffalo Bills. I don't know if you guys heard, we had a Bill scout, AJ Highsmith, on our podcast. I think it came out Friday morning, although my time concept is terrible right now. So Bills are on the clock.
So we're gonna take RB1. We're taking Najee Harris.
Oh wow!
It was my RB1 last year with that unbelievable running back class. We wanted Vera Tucker, but the Steelers beat us to him. So we're happy with Najee. Gives Josh an extra weapon, might liven up our run game a little bit, and hopefully get us over the hump.
I like it. Did you give any consideration to defense here after the AFC Championship game, or was it all about getting an offense that can compete?
No. We looked at our first on the board was JOK, but we knew he'd be gone. And then we thought if one of the corners fell, but there was just nothing in the value. And I don't like taking a running back in the 1st round, but I think Najee's Matt Forte, Derrick Henry sort of hybrid, and I think we need it. So
I know everybody in the chat wants to have an opinion about this. You guys want to sound off real quick?
Yeah, I love the pick as a Bills fan. I immediately think like that playoff game, we need an offense that can compete, because I was telling all my friends, I don't give a fuck about how fast or like what the defense does, because I know Kansas City's going to score. So I need an offense that can compete. So I need another game breaker. You got Stephon Diggs, and I don't like any of the tight ends here. So we were DMing back and forth between ETN and Najee, and I don't hate either one. So that's perfect for me.
Yeah, I was hoping that Tony would be on the board so I could blackmail the Chiefs for a pick to move down a couple of spots, but he's already gone.
I think everybody had the idea to mess with the Chiefs in this, which I appreciate, guys. I do. I like it available. I like that mindset a lot. Speaking of the team that they play the Chiefs, 31 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What are you guys thinking?
Why did you have to take Harris? You have Moss and Singletary. That actually helps me though.
Trade for Singletary if you want him.
I don't want Singletary. I watched him play at FAU 3 times. He's across the state from me. I live in Tampa, so it's not that bad of a thing. The funny thing is too, I've heard this like my whole life, especially this year. It's like, oh, you're bandwagon because you Brady and Gronk. I'm like, I've liked the Bucs since we sucked in the 90s. You know, I remember Josh Freeman, Greg Schiano, all those fun guys. So it's been a rough ride. So it's nice to be back. So we'll see what happens on Sunday. Kind of stinks we can't go, but it is what it is. Some of us don't have $10,000 for a ticket. So
right, jeez.
Yeah. So since you took Harris, that's fine. Tom's getting up there. He's 43. He's gonna be 44 next year. You know, he wants to play a couple more years. We got to protect him big time. I don't know what you think on Donovan Smith. I'm not really the biggest fan of him. I really have never been.
Good enough, not great. Yeah.
Yeah, he's inconsistent, and he scares me as the left tackle. So, you know, there's a couple guys still here that I really like, but the one I'm going to go with here is Samuel Cosmi, offensive tackle from Texas. So I feel like he can be groomed into that left tackle. Look him. You're in that left tackle spot that we need, and we can keep Wirfs at right, or so who knows, maybe he's not good at left and he goes to right, Wirfs goes to left. So, you know, those two young tackles I feel will be really good for them. So, you know, and whenever Brady steps aside, we have someone to protect quarterback in 5-10 years. We all know Brady's playing till 50, so it's fine.
Right, probably so. I don't know that you're wrong. So I like it. You know, I like Cosmi. Obviously, as a Texas fan, you know, you try to separate the two things, but he has a lot of growth potential. I think he's got to get a little bit stronger, especially in his lower body. But I had one scout say that Cosmi is a baby giraffe. You know, and I see that it's like he got popped out and he doesn't yet really know how to move yet. If he figures that out, then he could be really, really good. So I like that pick for you guys.
Yeah, it's between him or Leatherwood. And I feel like Cosmi right now, there's a little more growth for me. So, you know, I liked him a lot too. I like the baby draft comp. It's a good one. Yeah, think about that.
Okay. The Chiefs are on the clock. And by the way, with the draft order, I just use Tankathon. I don't know who I'm picking yet. We'll figure that out Sunday when someone pressures me into picking the Chiefs, most likely. So, and I see people wanting to do a second round. The Zoom call is like limited tonight. The time limit, again, that's something I'm going to figure out. Next one of these, I promise we will do 2 hours, bless you. So don't worry, or we'll do 2 rounds, excuse me, the next time. If y'all want to keep it going in the chat room, you absolutely can. But yeah, next time we'll have more time for this. So Kansas City, are you going to make a pick, or did somebody talk you out of it?
No, we've had lots of offers, but I've been watching the board. And as I mentioned earlier in the chat, the guy we wanted was Tony, and that was taken. But at 32, the Chiefs are going to replace Sammy Watkins, who's probably not going to be back with the team, with Terrence Marshall out of LSU. Replace the weapons, keep Pat with lots of mouths to feed.
That Brett Veach strategy of we're either going to protect Pat or we're going to give him weapons with every premium pick from now until 2035. So hard to disagree with that. And 6 receivers just went in the first round. That's got to be a record. So a lot of offensive tackles still on the board. That's what I was trying to look at, like who my top tackles would be. They're still on the board. Dylan Radin's out there. Alex Leatherwood is out there. So
I was going to ask for your big board in general of who's left.
Yeah, let me pull that up. I can kind of tell. I wasn't crossing off all your guys' picks. Azeez Ojulari.
Bolton.
Who's Bolton. That? Nick Bolton. So
yeah.
But best player available would be Azeez Ojulari. Next best would be Trevon Moehrig, Javon Holland, Pat Freiermuth, Joe Tryon, Nick Bolton, Travis Etienne. Yeah, James Hudson. I like him a lot. Landon Dickerson, that I understand the injury. Aaron Robinson, Levi Onwuzurike, and Alex Leatherwood. Those would be my best available who didn't make it. So, and it's funny because you would say some of those names if you tweeted like, "Hey, we did a draft and this guy didn't go first round." People are like, "Oh, that's crazy." Like, well, that's how the board goes, and that's what makes doing a mock draft so much harder than it seems like. So,
And that's where that
all right.
question came earlier too. You can only fit 32 guys in the round.
Right.
So,
Right. Absolutely. All right. That's it for round one. Thank you guys. And
Is that-
tentatively planning to do another one very soon, like maybe next week. So keep y'all posted.
Are we gonna get like team grades like you do in
If
like
I have
you'll
time, I will do that. Yes. I haven't been home in like 9 days. So I might fire off like quick ones in the morning after I do some media stuff. There's been a lot in the works that I think I'll be able to announce within the next week that y'all will see. So you'll understand why I've been so in and out of everything lately, just trying to get stuff figured out. And the Senior Bowl definitely did that too.
Hey,
So,
Matt,
what's
are
up,
we
bud?
gonna do? Are we gonna do like the Draft Scout Fantasy League this year?
I think we absolutely have to. Yeah, I'm down for whatever like builds this community. Honestly, I don't know yet what my plans will be for the weekend of the NFL draft. That's one of the things I'm trying to figure out. If someone doesn't hire me to do the draft for them, then we'll do this for the draft. So, but again, I'm just not sure yet. A couple of those things are up in the air, but I think fantasy leagues are great. Yeah, that Madden leagues. There was a stick to football Madden league that was awesome. So I don't know if our guy Nick Miller's in here or not, but anything like that helps like build the community and keep you guys engaged, especially through the summer months. I'm all about. Like, one thing I do want to do is, and you guys can hold me accountable, I want to do redrafts. So I want to do the same thing, 32 general managers, but I don't want to redraft. I want to go back to 2017 and make sure Pat Mahomes doesn't become a Chief. You know, like, let's redo this thing because I think that'd be fun. So you guys
those are fun, yeah.
And hey, Matt, you remember that idea I had for you last year, but you couldn't do it at the time. But I did it myself on my show. Is I took your mock and I made every pick have to be different, and it's still kind of accurate. I mean, the tough thing with this would be the Lawrence pick at 1.
Right.
You'd have to make up some bullshit reason for the Jags to take somebody else, but then you could come up with a scenario where, where every pick had to be different.
Maybe
Right.
Trevor Lawrence got caught with a gas mask 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy things happen, right? And guys fall down the board. So I'm here for it. Any ideas like that you guys think would be fun for the community? I'm all about that for sure. So thank you to everybody for making time tonight, and thank you to everybody who has subscribed. Like, it's go wild. We're 10 days from launch, and I can't believe how many people have already signed up. It's humbling. It's awesome. So thank you guys for spreading the word and for trusting me. It's cool. I appreciate it. And I'm sure I'll talk to y'all really soon. So this will be posted on YouTube as soon as I can get it uploaded. All right. Thank you guys.
Awesome.
Have a good night.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Matt.